Hello guys, my last fans. This is for Thursday, June 26th. Please like, share, and subscribe. So Marlena and Roman and Johnny, they were all talking yesterday. They found out the truth of what happened. What Johnny says that happened is that his dad talked him into giving him the gun. He handed his dad the gun and left. Maybe Rachel did shoot EJ. I do not know. So they tell Johnny that they are going to help him as much as they can. They're trying to get him to come forward and just tell what he knows. But he's got a little bit of a fuzzy memory too. So we will see. He went on and left. He had to get back to work. He hugs his grandpa. He thanked Marlena earlier. And they are his grandparents and of course would do anything to help him. Kate comes in when they're hugging. Does she get jealous? Heck no. She tells Roman and she tells Marlena, we're both here for you and for Johnny. So, don't hesitate. And they're all good friends. And Marlena leaves. She runs into Brady outside the pub. And she's busy filling him in, and they decide that they think EJ, even though she says neither one of them like him, he deserves to know the truth that his son really didn't shoot him, because he thinks that he does, because Brady told her, yeah, EJ thinks he did it too. So I guess they didn't do it today. I guess they will, sometime this week, go talk to EJ. So Johnny gets a sign to Gabi's sheet. Go get her button gear and tell her we need the Christmas line and the Christmas production done ASAP. So she's running behind on it. She was a little kind of resistant to Johnny. Who are you in here bossing me around type thing. But they got to rolling some ideas around and decided neither one of them like all the rules, but this is what they've got to do. And he said something that triggered her to the night of EJ's shooting. And of course she was there, and there she is outside the door with a gun. And she heard men's voices, but she couldn't make them out. And now she heard Johnny say something, and she realizes it was him. Johnny was in there with EJ. So she gets on the phone after she gets rid of Johnny, calls Rafe and said, I remember, it was Johnny. Johnny was the one that he said put down the gun. Johnny had a gun on his dad. So Johnny's probably going to get arrested here this week. EJ's on the phone because Kayla called him to tell him they're going to be a revote, because Xander wants a revote because his charges were false, which they weren't. And he wants another chance. Belle comes over to see him. She wants the lowdown on Kristen's mother and Aramid and all that. And he just tells her the basic stuff. So she is just hanging out with him, and they're talking about that memory stick, and he's like, well, who told him, because I only told you and Tony. And she said, I don't know, I didn't tell him, and he knows Tony didn't. But of course Rafe's the one that planted it, so Rafe's the one that told them. But they don't know that yet. It seems like Rafe can get in trouble for that. Oh yeah, he can. Anyway, they are having their decisions and conversations, and he's like, I wish you hadn't let Xander go. That's causing me a problem at the hospital. But Xander runs into Sarah in the square, and they are getting into a daggone, outright horrible argument. And what's her name? Maggie walks up and says, quit screaming at my daughter. Leave her alone. And Julie is with her, and they have some words there. And Julie's like, well, Xander was exonerated, so what's the problem? And of course they can't tell Julie all the details just yet. And this is that picture I already talked about where she ran into Brady, and they decided that they're going to tell EJ about Johnny. But Sarah pulls up on them, and he ends up having lunch with Sarah. He's been spending a lot of time with her lately. There might be a little something cooking there. A little jigginess to come, perhaps. And Xander walks in while they're there, and he asks her, can I see my girl? And she's sitting right there. So Sarah said, go ahead. Because he said, we're in a public place. I'm not going to do anything to hurt anyone. I want to see my girl. And how adorable is Victoria? That's the first time we've seen her, like, really as a toddler. So that is a wrap for today. We will check back in to see tomorrow if Johnny gets arrested or not. So who shot EJ? We still don't know. Maybe it was